And as you can see, Jonathan is a bit more organized than me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ride the Bean.
What's up?
Today is our last day together, unfortunately. But before we split up, we figured we would make a little video about what we have in our luggage.
Yeah.
Today it's 35 degrees and we've been riding in sand and everything on the way to get here. We're just so exhausted. It's so hot.
Fucking sand. I hate that.
So yeah, we don't really have a plan for this, but we're gonna set up camp here and stay here tonight. So why not just unpack our bikes like we normally do and just show what we have?
Yeah.
So to begin with, before we do anything, I just need to change. So in my one side bag, this one, I have my normal pants and my shoes. Before I do anything else, I need to put on some lighter clothes because I'm boiling. Voila, a little bit lighter. And then, of course, you're gonna laugh at me. For the rest, the rest of this bag is coffee.
Until when?
Yeah,
The half.
this is all I have at the moment. I used to have this bag completely full, but yeah, it's coffee, and I have an axe, and I have my tool roll. So that's what's in one bag: coffee and tools and an axe. And my other small bag on this side, I have mosquito nets. I have a water bag, 10-liter bag to collect water. I have a saw. And I have a pocket shower. This would be actually really nice now if we had some water nearby. I have Loctite. This is a little bit too big, the bottle, but really nice to have. And I have my air pump. I have a spare front tube. And I have my chain tool to fix my chain if something happens to that. And then on the other side, I have a jacket. It's always nice to have clothes easily accessible because you never know what happens during a day, so sometimes I need to change, and it's nice to have it easily available. And the rest of this is just camping gear. So I have my cooking pot and everything. And I have like cutlery and cutting board and a bowl to eat from and all that in here. And this is where a lot of you will call me weird and stupid, because this is my tent, but I also have my hammock. And it's not really necessary to have both. And this takes up, like, my hammock and my tarp takes up half this side of the luggage. So yeah, I know I don't need this, but I prefer it because I struggle to sleep, and when I sleep in my hammock, I sleep so much better. So it's worth it for me to have both. And of course I have my sleeping mat, and I have a toe strap if I need it. And then, of course, in the smaller one here, this is my coffee bag, another coffee bag. So this is where I have my grinder, Comandante grinder. I have my coffee cup. I have my French press, and inside here I have a little gas burner, and I have another cup to so I can share coffee if I meet people on the road. And I have some coffee, the nutty bean, Always important to have your own coffee. And I have a filter dripper that I can just put on the cup and make a filter brew. And of course I have coffee filters. And I have 2 more cups to share if I meet people. And
You can be 20.
And I have a small gas canister. So whenever I meet people, I just pull this out and I have everything I need to have a good coffee and a good conversation in here. And of course, this is not something most of you would bring with you as well. So as you can see, half my luggage almost is coffee. Yeah, not necessary per se, but it brings me a lot of pleasure, so for me it's worth it. That's what I have in my bags, and on the side here I have just an extra pocket for my chain lube, which is very handy. And then I have my big bag, and this is a bit unorganized at the moment. This is the biggest issue. The problem with this is that it's not that much stuff in here. There's a little bit, but the bag, even if it's empty, takes up the same amount of space. So even if it's empty and I have nothing in here, it looks like I have a lot. So I should probably get a different bag that is a bit smaller, but this is what I have for the moment. This is of course the Lone Rider bag, and this is very, very useful. I like this. You can just take it off, and in here I have copies of all my paperwork, license, passport, and like all of that stuff, and some receipts. I don't know why I have the receipts, but and I also have a solar panel with me in here, so I can charge stuff. And I have another solar panel, so I can charge stuff. And I have my my manual and all the paperwork for the bike in here. And in my big bag, okay, I have. Oh, I didn't get to clean all my clothes, so I have some dirty clothes in here. But this is dirty clothes. More dirty clothes, more dirty clothes. And I have my winter gloves. Of course, these are not necessary at the moment, but I started traveling during winter and I will continue traveling until winter. So I kind of need to have it with me. Of course, I don't need it at this time of year, but I can't just leave it and then I have to go pick it up at some point later. I have some clean clothes and some more clean clothes. So I pack one shift of clothes individually in each dry bag. That makes it really easy to sort through in my luggage. And then I have, like, when I change, I put the dirty laundry in one bag usually, and then I have a clean bag for clean laundry. It's very easy to grab when you go take a shower in a public place or something like that. I have a box of just like camera stuff, cables, like extra mounts, stuff like this for the GoPros. I have my toilet bag, and here I have my medicine, I have my toothbrush, shampoo, everything you need for a toilet bag. Everyone has different needs, but yeah. I have mouthwash, some hair gel.
Condom.
Yes, I have that too. Deodorant, razor, beard oil.
That is new.
That's new.
This is very
Not
new.
this one yesterday. And I have some Q-tips, and I have yeah, my medicines and stuff. So, yeah. And then I have, for some reason, I forgot my I forgot the sleeve for it in my tent when I packed it down last time. But this is my chair. This, I think, is one of the most important things that I have with me. Like most people would probably have it outside of the bag so that it's easily accessible. Like Jonathan has it on the outside, but I don't really use it during the day. I just use it in camp, and so it's very convenient to have it inside the bag. This chair is a lifesaver. When you're tired and in camp, this is so important. Ugh. Like that. And then I have my towel, of course. And I have my winter buff with that's a little bit thicker. Of course, this I also don't need at the moment. These are my winter clothes, my wool underwear, wool socks, and all of that. Of course, this also I don't need at the moment, but I need it in a few months again. I needed it for the first 3 months of my trip, 4 months maybe. And now I will need it in a couple months again. So it would be nice to be able to leave it behind at the moment, but what can you do? And then I have my main clothes, kind of. I have my one pair of jeans and one pair of hiking pants, because I like to go hiking and stuff. And it's comfortable to have a pair of good hiking pants. And I have one flannel shirt so I can look half decent if I'm in a city. And then of course I have soap for washing clothes. When I wash clothes, I just use a dry bag like this, put soap in it, warm up water, and rinse like crazy for a couple minutes. Put cold water in and rinse out the soap. That's a easy way to wash clothes while camping. And then I have a hat that I also need in winter. And then I have some more coffee filters, almost running out in the other bag, so I had to get a new one. I have a small bag of chargers and like international plugs and stuff like this, more small cables that I used to use for certain camera stuff. I have a 3-way charger, for example, really useful. And then I have this one is kind of maybe not necessary. I was unsure if I was going to bring it or not, but it's been useful sometimes. It's a very thin rain jacket. So this is really nice when it's warm but raining. I can just put this in my pocket, fold it down, and bring it with me. It's also maybe not necessary, but really nice to have. Mouthwash. I have my medicines in here, just loose extra medicines. I have a headlight, and I have one more change of clothes. I have what is it, 5 changes of clothes with me. Maybe I could cut down 1 or 2 changes, but convenience. Sometimes I don't get to wash clothes for a week or more, 2 weeks sometimes. So it's nice to have a couple of changes of clothes, especially when it's hot like this. And yeah, that's basically what I have in this bag. Next up, the tank bag. So in here I have all of my my camera gear, my batteries, my cables, everything. I have another headlamp. I actually have 3 headlamps with me. Maybe not necessary, but 2 of them stopped working. And so I bought this one, and then the other 2 started working again. And I just haven't gotten rid of them. I have some pens, always nice to have some pens. Always useful to have a lighter at hand. You never know when you're gonna need that. I have a notepad with me, always a notepad with me, because you never know when you need to write something down. It's very useful when you need it. Rubber bands I found to be very useful for closing small bags. The damn new chargers for the GoPro batteries for the Hero 10s is terrible. I don't know why, but the batteries never charge, so I have to use a rubber band to keep them charging while in the bag. That's bad design from GoPro, I think. But then I have more cables. I have very easily accessible cutlery and all kinds of cables, sunglasses. And in here I have a small battery bank, and I have a Goal Zero, which is my main battery bank. That's without this one I wouldn't be able to film anything, because this one charges all my batteries and everything when I'm camping. So it allows me to film 3 or 4 days in a row, as long as I have battery on this. And then I have another camera, a small compact camera, just to take some pictures here and there. That's basically my tank bag. And of course, in here I have my tent and my sleeping bag. This is, like, a lot of you guys are making fun of me for the weight. The weight is not really the issue. The issue is the high center of gravity. So if I could get these two down on the sides here somehow, that would be perfect. But I just haven't been able to figure out how to do that easily yet. And it's been working good enough for now. So, so this is just my sleeping bag. No point in opening that. But in here I have my tent. My Big Agnes Hotel 3 tent. And I have a 10-liter extra fuel bag. Oop. This is very useful when I go off-road and I don't really know where the next gas station is going to be. It's really nice to have this this bag that I can roll up. It's 11.4 liters, 3 gallons. It's really useful. I can bring an extra tank of gas with me. It gives me another 250 kilometers or so. And in here, this is, I put this on because I really wanted to have something I could lock. It makes me feel a lot safer when I park the bike. So my valuables and stuff I can keep in here. I have my other hat in here. Some cookies. Always important to have some cookies. And some chili nuts. And I have my down jackets. This is my sort of evening jacket and winter jackets. This, I think, is one of the things I use the most. I love this thing. It's very compact and everything, and really warm when I put it on. And I have my regular gloves. I should probably do a review on these, because the Klim gloves, I'm not really happy with them. See, they're falling apart and breaking up, and yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. But they're really comfortable, or they used to be. In here I have my documents folder, so all my passport, all the documents I have in here. And a little tip: put an air tag in the documents folder and on your keychain. That way you always know where it is if you misplace it. I don't know how many times I've panicked and like, oh shit, where's my keys? Or where's my passport? And I can just go on my phone and check it, and I know where it is. More camping gas, of course. Camping lights. This is really useful. Doesn't look like it's on. This is my shit bag. So I have a toilet paper, hand sanitizer, soap, whatever I need to take a shit in there. Very, very important. I have another hard drive because I'm running out of space on my other hard drive. So this is like a big hard drive that I keep all my sort of backup files on. I have another box of GoPro gear and cables and everything, memory cards and all of that. I have goggles for when I go off-road. Oh, I also have medicine in here. But yeah, I have some. I don't need to open them, but some off-road goggles that I can use with my helmet for very sandy conditions and dusty days. Very useful. And I have my camping stove. This is very important, and of course my knife and some extra tent plugs. And then of course I have Jonathan's cup. Need to have 2 cups.
Yeah, very useful.
Yeah, if I don't make coffee for him quick enough in the morning, he starts complaining.
It's completely normal phenomenon.
I have a little bit of a tiny med kit. It's just the essentials in here. So there's like some gauze, some band-aids, some painkillers, some disinfectant, stuff like this. Yeah, nothing very fancy. So I hope I don't get in a serious accidents. But and then of course I have all my stickers. These are important. I'm handing out my stickers to the people I meet along the way. It's a nice little tag, and usually people give me their stickers if they have some. And then I have my camp stove. This one I haven't really been able to use too much here in Spain or France or Portugal for that matter. But yeah, in Sweden and Norway and Scandinavia I use it all the time, and hopefully when I get to some place where I'm allowed to make a fire, this is really handy.
I don't learn how to make a fire during this trip.
No, you didn't.
Shame.
You need to come to Norway and I'll teach you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's basically it. And of course, yeah, my computer. So in here I have my computer, my hard drives, and my charger for the computer. Very important to keep in a dry bag. And yeah, that's basically what I have in here. And then I have 2 Lone Rider bags on each side. So on one side I have my tarp and the brake lock, disc lock for my bike. This is very useful to have when you're parking in cities. I feel so much safer. Because every time I park where I can't see my bike, I put this cover on it and I lock it underneath. And so, of course, you can steal from the bike anyway, but it's a much bigger deterrent than, like, if the bike stands like this, it's easy to just come and stick your hand in something and take it, or clip it off and take the tank bag, for example. But if it's underneath here, you don't really see what it is. And people usually walk past it instead of looking at it. Yeah. And yeah. And in this bag, I have another GoPro mount. And I have my some spare brake pads. These are the old ones that I just did the 50,000 kilometer service on the bike, and these are my old brake pads. I just saved them just in case of emergency. I have about 500 kilometers on them. And then I have my rain suit. People say that, or have been telling me that since I'm wearing a Klim suit, I don't need a rain suit. That's bullshit. Because when it rains, you get wet no matter what you have on. It doesn't matter how waterproof your riding gear is. It's not as waterproof as this. So I will never ever go anywhere again without a rain suit. I've learned that the hard way. And then on each side here and on the other side, I have 2 small sort of permanently attached pockets. And in there I have spare parts. I have, and I also have a tool bag or a toolbox mounted to my crash, my bash plate. And in there I have spare parts, extra brake and clutch levers. I have extra new brake pads, yeah, stuff like this. That's wear and tear, and I have like these metal zip ties. If something breaks, I can zip things together. I have some super glue and all of those kinds of things. And I have a multi-tool in there, which is really useful. Very nice to have handy. And yeah, that's basically what I have with me on this trip. I know a lot of you guys will probably think that this is way too much, and I can understand that. And for most trips, it is way too much, I would agree. But like I said, I am living on the bike now. This is my house, and I'm doing a lot more than just riding motorcycles. I ride to a place and I stay there for a few days, and I explore the city, I meet people, I do stuff that you don't see on camera. And it's for that reason that I have all this extra stuff with me, because yeah, I'm not doing a world trip, like trying to get from A to B around the world as fast as possible, like most adventure riders do. I have a little bit of a different state of mind. So this is what I have with me, and I know I can reduce it if I need to do certain things. I can leave stuff and come pick it up later or whatever. But for now, I'm pretty happy with this. And the only issue, like I said, is the high center of gravity. The only thing I would really want is to get the luggage a bit further down. I just haven't figured out how yet. But let's compare my setup, which is very chaotic, as you can see, to Jonathan's setup, who is a lot more organized than me.
So, my turn. We start on the front of the bike and finish with the rear. So, yeah, at the beginning I have the Long Rider bag too, but I changed for the Kriega after a lot of fall. And the quality of the Kriega one, it's so much better. So it's just for saying it. And so practical. So on this side, if I don't make mistake, I just have the rain suit too. Sorry, bit. So the other one, it's like Canet 2, just the cover for the bike and the lock. Now the tank bag. The knife, just a simple one. First pocket, this for the phone. One light, the light for cooking during the night. One lighter with a USB one, electric one.
That's very useful.
Yeah, it's very good. This one is the light inside the tent. And that's it. That's it. I forget the pen here.
That's very important.
Yeah, just one. And on this one, some cable, again, on this pocket. External battery. Some battery for the GoPro. A starter for the bike. So, with that, maybe
Haven't
someday.
had to use it yet, but
Yeah.
useful
It's
if you need
like
it.
the car, yeah. I think it's really cool. And inside this little pocket, again the Gold Zero, the same one, same as you. And that's it for the tank bag.
You have a lot less to worry about than I do.
And I can leave it this if I'm not with you. It's just the GoPro battery. But yeah, the Gold Zero for me is just useful for my phone and for the light. So the rear.
You've been our designated water carrier.
Yeah, I hate that because it's fucking 6 kilos more. So usually I carry that just maximum 1 hour during the day.
Yeah, we stop before camp. Like when we start looking for camp, we stop to do some shopping, get water and beer and all of that. And Jonathan has to carry it.
Yeah. My Lone Rider tent, my chair, and again, very useful.
That's a lifesaver when you're tired in camp.
Yeah, tonight I'm gonna destroy it. And just now the 3 bag of the Moscow. So on this one, I just have a pair of shoes, sleeping mat, sleeping bag,
Pillow.
some axe because for now, for example, yeah, and some thing for washing,
Wet wipes.
yeah, like for today, for example. I just put that inside
that
because
is very
of the...
useful on a day like today.
Yeah.
It's so hot here now. It's
So hot.
It's like, yeah, now it's 35 degrees, I think, and no wind.
Yeah, minimum.
Luckily, it's cloudy, so the sun doesn't shine directly on us.
I'm dying.
It's so hot.
Almost done. So on this one toilet bag with the medicine is in here too. The one clothes easily accessible for when I'm changing myself. Just the pants, the socks, and like I say on this one I have the shoes, so I just unzip this one, tuk down. Here a bag for washing the clothes when we are in the hotel and stuff like this, in the sink. The towel. This one is for separate the dirty clothes than the yeah. So almost. Another bag with, I need to see what, yes, I have 4 underwear and 4 socks and 2 socks, how do you say, waterproof, and 3 socks for the boots. And here, you can see, I think I have 2 t-shirts. No, 1 pants and 1 t-shirt. So that's it for the big bag on that side. The little one here. Yeah, that's some thing for washing the clothes and some other for washing the dish. This little thing for the burner, you call that?
Yeah, gas stove or burner. Yeah.
Yeah, the burner for the food. The big gas cartouche. Some sponge. And that's it. And on the other side, accessible, some thing for disinfection. The most important one for the mosquito. Fucking mosquito. Some needle, some scissors, Like it's the Decathlon one. I don't know if
Oh, yeah.
some people know Decathlon in Europe.
But you haven't added anything to it?
No. And on that I have just one pot. Well, let's see. Kept like this. It's really good for the space. The same with the plate. Become a ball. Up, up. Spoon, fork. That's it. After, one sweatshirt, but now not very useful. This one is not very useful too, but at this moment it's all the hot. My second pair of gloves, more winter one. This one for the cold, for sleeping, but now again not necessary. Like you for the neck, but more hot. Some gloves like this for, I don't know why I have this. This is useless. Oh no, it's for the cold again, at the camping. Gloves, but little one for warm again. The second thing for the neck. One is washing, the other one I have with me. Like this. And the wool socks. All the hot thing here.
All of this is also not necessary if you
Right
just
now.
go on a
Yeah.
short trip.
Now I don't need this, but at the beginning, yes. And this is the last one. I love the little bag. It's another 2 t-shirts, one, how do you call this?
A flannel shirt.
Flannel shirts. And that's it.
You don't have the other small bag?
Oh yes. Forget. And the smaller one, the spider thing for the water, or I tie some shit. Some
Paracord. And
two socks
straps.
like this. Tape. Gloves for mechanic thing, but I'm just capable of changing the oil filter of my bike, and that's it. Not even one wheel.
zip ties.
Zip ties. This come with this.
Yeah, a screwdriver and
Yeah.
bits. Allen keys.
And on the
Extra
origin,
toothbrushes.
yeah, it's more for the bike, not for me. For cleaning the chain or no. This thing is for the tires.
A tire pump.
Yeah, tire pump. Really, very useful. And the toolkit for
Oh, the tire.
flat tires. And that's it.
Do you have any other tools with you?
Yes, under the seats I have some other tool, the basic one with Triumph. Not a lot because there's not much space in it, but. And yes.
Yeah, so that's basically what we have on our bikes. I know there's probably going to be a lot of comments saying we're packing wrong and you should do this and that and blah blah blah, and that's fine. Some constructive critique is always appreciated, and if you have some general or genuine tips for us, we would appreciate it. It's always nice to get some tips. And as you can see, Jonathan is a bit more organized than me. In general, in his life, he's a neat freak, and needs to have everything in order. And I'm the complete opposite. I'm chaotic, and my brain is a mess. I can't keep anything straight. Our way of packing and our luggage kind of reflects that. But we both enjoy the way we do it ourselves, and we're happy with it. We can always get better, of course. But it is what it is. Now I think we're just gonna put up camp. Like you probably know, in Spain it's not really very popular to wild camp like this. And the reason for that, I think, is because people tend to leave trash like this everywhere. And I hate that. So when we camp in a spot like this, we usually pick up the trash that we find around us. And of course, if you can bring it with you, you can bring it back. It shouldn't be that difficult. As long as you do that, then I don't see any problem with camping this way. And if you do see trash laying around the forests, bring it with you. Doesn't require that much effort. Just help out a little bit. And yeah, that's basically it for today. Now we're just gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do. It's so hot, we need to find some way of cooling down. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, then give me a thumbs up and click subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see what happens next. Tomorrow is the day that we sort of have to leave each other. After how long have we been on the road now? 2 months? 3 months? 2
months and a half, something like this.
Yeah, something like that. It's been fun. It's been a good few weeks. And a really interesting experience traveling with a stranger. Not that strange at the moment.
Not that strange.
But yeah. So tomorrow is probably going to be the last episode you see us together. For a while. Maybe we'll see each other again.
In Norway.
In Norway. Yeah, you got to come to Norway at some point.
Yeah. Definitively in summer, but yeah. Or in winter, but with the plane.
You can come to Norway and ride snowmobiles instead of bikes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see you in the next episode then. Peace.
Peace. I'm so tired.
I have no more energy. This heat is killing us.
Let me die.